The creation and arrival in England. In 1961, contraception was uneven in the USA and England. A nurse called Margaret Zanger worked with many women about the number of children they wanted. So she opened a clinic that allowed women to choose whether and how many children they wanted. The aim of the clinic was to control women's unwanted pregnancies using contraception. In the 1950s, Margaret had dinner with Sir Pincus. Following this, they teamed up with feminist and John Rock, a fertility specialist, to create an oral contraceptive now called the pill. The pill is a combination of estrogen and progestin hormones. The contraceptive pill is often described as one of the most important medical advances of the 20th century. It was introduced on the NHS in the UK in 1961 and was only available to married women until 1967 and is now used by 3.5 million women aged 60 to 49 in the UK. As far as Europe is concerned, the UK is the first country to sell this type of pill. The drug was available as early as 1960, but it was not widely distributed until June 1961, after the UK Department of Family Planning conducted a landmark clinical trial. In 1962, British women could use Voliden, which was the first British pill.
Soon after the contraceptive pill was introduced, it had many consequences for women, both positive and negative. On the positive side, the pill has been shown to protect against cancer of the ovaries and uterine lining and against pelvic inflammatory disease, a major cause of infertility in women. In addition, it allows women to avoid unwanted pregnancies, which was a sin at that time. The contraceptive pill allowed women freedom in their sexual pleasures without worrying about the effects that might arise afterwards. Despite all these positive effects, the pill was only available to married women until 1967, when it became available to all women in Britain. The pill had side effects such as heart attacks. There were also reports that smoking and taking contraceptives increased blood clotting. One study showed that women who used hormonal contraception for 4 years or more before a full-term pregnancy had an increased risk of breast cancer, and a series of studies in the 1990s seemed to confirm this risk. Concerned about the safety of its use, the number of users began to decline in the early 1980s, as studies showed that there may be a link between contraceptive pill use and breast cancer, stroke, seizures, and blood clots. As a result, an increase in pregnancies and abortions in the UK occurred. However, in 2000, a report in the British Medical Journal stated that the fear was unfounded and that the pill was the most widely used contraceptive method by British women.
So now I will explain to you how it works, the pill. So the pill acts in 3 mechanisms. So first, blocking ovulation in the ovaries. Second, modification the endometrium so that it becomes less favorable to the implantation of a fertilized egg. And then the shrinking of the cervical mucus to prevent spermatozoa from crossing the cervix. So cervical mucus is a mucus secretion from the cervix. During the ovulation, the cervical mucus relaxes allowing sperms to pass through. This pill is taken continuously for 21 days and then stopped for 7 days to allow for menstruation. The hypothalamus pituitary complex, which is the control organ located in the brain, sends two hormones, FSH and LH, to the ovaries, which then produce estrogen and progesterone, allowing the uterine mucosa and cervical mucus to be able to receive spermatozoa during fertilization. When taking the pill, the hypothalamus pituitary complex will produce very small amounts of FSH and LH, which will put the ovaries to the rest of this prevent ovulation. The ovaries will therefore secrete a very low quantity of estrogen, which will make their uterine mucosa unsuitable for implantation of the cervical mucus, impermeable to spermatozoa. To conclude, the functioning of the pill is complex, but has revolutionized the life of women.